Welcome to Backstory and Beyond. My name is John Daniel, and I'm humbled to be your host. But I'm thrilled to be here with Mr. Professor Herman Jackson. How are you, sir? Thank you for coming in.
Good.
And let me not stop there. As you all probably already know, world-renowned musician, a percussionist in particular, and leads the Department of Percussion at the great Southern University right here in Baton Rouge. Thank you for coming in, sir.
It's always a pleasure to see you, man.
Hey, man, you're the guy. Hey, one of the essence points of Backstory and Beyond is to encourage our audience to be their best, to seek out what their calling is, to seek out what their purpose is, to better understand their peak human potential. These things are critical in our conversation, and that's exactly what it is. Herman Jackson, this is a conversation. I'm honored to know you for a long time, but more important, there's so much more to learn. And I believe that together, perhaps we can share some really beneficial things to our audience. So, sir, tell me a little bit about where you're from, your family, all the things that were the fertile soil for you becoming a world-renowned percussionist.
Okay. That's a lot. But let's say, first of all, I was born in Baton Rouge, to be specific, South Baton Rouge.
Yes, sir.
And one brother, one sister, not a musical family, although my dad sang very well. He didn't sing in church or anything like that, just sang around the house. But what inspired me to, I kind of always knew what I wanted to do. But what was the catalyst was I went to a parade when I was a little kid. So, and it was McKinley High Marching Band. And being a very little kid, when the band would pass by and the drummers would pass by, just vibrated all through me. I said, whoa, dude, I got to do this. This is what I want to do. So that was my introduction to wanting to be a drummer. And so from that, I was a little kid at the time. So, my parents didn't really take me, didn't think I was serious about it. So later on, probably by the time I got to middle school, that's when, the opportunity to be in a band situation, formal band situation, middle school, I got an opportunity to be in the band. Well, they ask everybody, what do you want to play? So everybody wants to play drums.
Yes, sir.
Right. So there was a challenge there. So the challenge was, okay, everybody's not going to be able to play drums. So it was a situation where it's kind of like an audition, but nobody really knew how to play anything. So what they did was they gave you some stuff to play, some little simple stuff to play, and if you could do it, then okay, you're in. So it's like that. So I got a chance to play snare drum. Snare drum was the thing, not bass drum, not anything.
Okay.
The snare drum. So that happened, and so the band director was a guy named Bob Johnson. He was a legendary band director at the time. Everybody went through him. So, and one of the things that he did was some of the guys that were better musicians, I guess, kids and students, he would get them to go and play with him in his band. So I guess cheap labor, but in his band. So that happened. So first, let me say this. Before that, so I was playing snare drum, right? But So in dance bands and gigs, you play drum sets. So I never really played a drum set before. So there was a kid said, "Man, this guy's got a drum set at his house." So wow, everybody wanted to go. So we went to check that out. And he said, "Man, you can sit down, see if you can play." So I sat behind the drums, and coordination wasn't an issue. So I was able to play stuff. So I said, "Whoa, this is really happening." So that's when the coming back to the band director. So he discovered that I could play drum set a little bit. So he's got me in his band that he would go do proms and all the other stuff. So like I said, that was the beginning. So that's how that started. Long story short. There you go.
It's a great story. And if it's okay, I just want to grab a couple pieces out of there. One is the parade.
Yeah.
Okay. The other is your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there anything from your dad that you thought perhaps you pulled from?
Well, one thing I think was his work ethic.
Oh,
You know?
come on now.
Yeah. So my dad worked at Exxon.
Mm-hmm.
We also had rent houses, and we also had a grocery store.
Okay.
So he always said, "Look, never just do one thing. Always have multiple sources of income."
I love it.
So that was good. And the other thing was his musicality was. I think that that got me as well, because he wasn't a formally trained musician, but listening I didn't know he was a great singer until later on. Because
right.
When I listened back, I said, "Whoa, this dude could really sing." So I think that that inspires me as well. Those two things.
Those are beautiful things, especially the work ethic you just talked about. Because if you can't pound on your craft, you can't get better.
True.
And clearly, with your abilities, and I've had the privilege of hearing you play.
Oh, okay.
And adjust to many different things that happened while you were playing. It's a good thing, man. The parade.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people kind of see a parade from the beginning to the end. Some don't.
Yeah.
But there's a vision, a lens that you get when you see the beginning and the end. Did that matter at all?
No.
Okay.
When I saw the drums, that was it.
That was it. The drum did it.
Plus, being a little kid, you don't have control over seeing the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was probably 5 or 6 or something like that.
Okay.
So I was there with my dad. So, and another thing, and my dad would say, "Look, if you want to do this, if you're not serious about it, we ain't gonna do it.
I get it.
We're not gonna do it. So we're not gonna waste any money. If you want to do this, fine, we will do it, but we're not gonna waste any money." So that was kind of.
So he was teaching economics too.
Oh yeah.
We're going to invest something that gives a return.
Oh yeah, got to have a return on that investment.
Come on, I love it. When you think about your musical background, who influenced you then as you were coming up, and who influences you now?
Okay, so coming up, I was really into James Brown and that music. That was it. That was the only thing I was exposed to.
But they say, "Good God!"
Yeah. So that was, James Brown. That was the guy, for the R&B thing. But when I got to McKinley High School, there was a coach, Carl Stewart, Mr. Heidel. They were jazz guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Hey man, you ever heard of this guy, Elvin Jones, Joe Dukes?" No. So I said, "Let me come and let you listen to this." So they turned me on to that. I said, "Whoa, that's a whole different thing," So it was a whole different. That opened up. That really got me to listening at music, because I was not exposed to that. And the only thing, like I said, the only thing I was exposed to was James Brown. But when I got exposed to those guys, specifically Elvin Jones. That was really, really eye opening, and he was my biggest influence, Elvin Jones, to today.
James Brown has been known to say there's only one instrument, and it's the drum.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what caught you with James Brown?
It was the well, he always had two drummers.
Okay.
Yeah, he had two drummers, and when you listen at his music, the rhythm, that's the focal point. It's about the rhythm. You know, it's about the rhythm. It's so, and I started to listen at it. I said, "Wow, well, you know, when you deal with most stuff that has a rhythmic pulse, the groove, it's about the drums, and everybody's playing a rhythm, but the instrument that controls the style of the song, the tempo of the song, is the drum."
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's a very important part of music. So I said, wow. I mean, I didn't, that's not why I love drums. That's not it. But I mean, in studying, I discovered those things, you know, that those were very important elements that the drums bring to, because if I'm playing with somebody, whoever I'm playing with, I can change the style of the song by what I play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of control.
I love it. I love it. With this backstory, what are your preferred genres of music? I mean, you've talked about James Brown that leads me to rhythm and blues, but are there other genres that you really appreciate?
I appreciate, well, I'll tell you this. Everything is everything.
Come on now.
So everything well, the thing about jazz, what makes it such a intricate and a very important music is because everything that you learn, you can use in jazz. You know, it's a music where the more you know you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that play the best are the people that have the most information.
Yes, sir.
So all the styles, everything that I've learned, I can incorporate into jazz. That's probably the only genre that you could say that about.
Jazz is unique to America.
Yes.
Some people, like Wynton Marsalis, would speak of its roots going back to Louis Armstrong.
Right. Congo Square.
Come on now.
Yeah,
just share for you your thoughts on that.
Well, it is said that jazz began in 1817 in Congo Square, which was in New Orleans. And that was said to be true because that is said to be where slaves were permitted to sing and dance and do whatever that was their free day, Sunday, Congo Square in 1817. Congo Square became the consensus place because it was that was happening all over the city, but because of a noise ordinance, Congo Square became the consensus place. So that's where it said to be. And the reason is because jazz is spontaneous composition. And nothing was necessarily rehearsed in Congo Square. So they created on the spot. So that's what spontaneous composition is, creating something on the spot. And I think that's what jazz is.
How does spontaneous composition, and this is just an addendum to what you just said, because I'm getting lots of energy and intelligent thought from it. How does spontaneous composition transfer to life?
Well, when you're in a situation where you walk into a new situation and you don't know what to do, you come up with something that works in that situation. There you go. Improv. That's it. Improvisation.
And so you need to have experiences.
Yes.
With for lack of a better word, the scales.
Right.
Experiences from life, going to the rodeo, being in the fight, having good things happen. So you have to be involved with life, live it.
And I think musically speaking, I think the most important thing that you can have as a musician is imagination. Because if you don't have technique, if you've got imagination, you can create something out of that. You gotta have imagination. So, lots of people can play very well. Lots of people have lots of technique. They've studied the instruments. They have but people like just think about rap. Guys came up with, from nothing. They took nothing and came up with, So that's a whole industry. So if you have imagination, then that's the key. No matter what you want, if you gotta have imagination, you gotta be creative. You gotta be able to do that. If you can't do that, then you'll just be somebody else. You just be emulating something else. But the key to being successful as a musician, I think, is to manifest a musical personality. And the way to manifest a musical personality is by listening at everything, in all genres, everything. You got to check out everybody and everything. So when you don't check out something, then that's something missing in you. So that's a shortcoming that you have. So you got to check out everything and everybody.
I love it, sir. I want to just run through a couple things and just kind of respond with a couple words to each of them. And it really is about your musicality.
Okay.
Experience with different musical styles.
Okay. Okay. So let's say, so like blues.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So one of the giants in blues, B.B. King, was the guy that I played with. In fact, the last stint was from the last 2 years of his life. I played his last gig.
Mm-hmm.
So when I met him on the stage of the Newport Jazz Festival.
Okay.
That's where I met him. My first gig that I played with was the Newport Jazz Festival.
Yes, sir.
So, and I didn't have a rehearsal. None of that happened. That was where I met him. That was the first gig, Newport Jazz. So I walked on stage. We were on stage. He said, "Hello, how are you, sir?" So he's a very, very nice guy. So, but that I was able to do that because of the preparations that in studying that I was able to be able to walk on stage and do that, and that primarily was because studying in Southern with Elvin Batiste. That was his thing. He said, worst thing that could happen to you in life is to have an opportunity present itself to you and you're not prepared to take advantage of it. So don't, anything that you're going to do, make sure you're prepared to take advantage of it to do it. So the blues was something that, so we had, go back a little further. So we had a club. Well, actually we had a store, like I said, we had a store, right? Behind the store, there was a little bar. So I'd been hearing B.B. King all my life.
Yes, sir.
Because they in the club, there's a thin wall between the back of the store and the club. So I was hearing that music through the walls all my life. So I knew those songs. Plus, I was playing with lots of different bands in the area at the time. So we were playing on the Chitlin circuit. So all the big stars would be coming through, like Johnny Taylor, Al Green, all those kind of people would come through. And on the Chitlin circuit, they didn't bring their band, so you get backup band. So I was one of the guys that was doing, playing behind all the people that came to town. So I kind of knew all this music, his music, before I got there. So, and all the songs were familiar to me. So kind of worked out.
I love it. I love it. Listen to these pearls of wisdom you're sharing. Be ready.
Yeah, got it.
Practice. Pound on your craft. Make good financial decisions from your dad.
Yes.
Let's not waste any
yes,
money.
yes, right.
Make sure you get the experience that allows you to be ready. And those are human experiences.
Right.
It speaks back to calling and purpose and service. I love it. I love it. Speaking of service, a lot of these things coming forward are very important. How would you describe, a little bit more formal here, but still down to earth, what's your personal mission, vision, values, objectives with percussion and music in general?
Personally, my thing is, from a musical perspective, is to be the best that I could be, and to always present an image that everybody in my family can be proud of. So, and when you think about music, when I think about music, I think about it something that can uplift people, something that can be used when you're having a bad day. Music can transform you. But a lot of times, a lot of music, when you listen to that old music, it takes you back to where you hear a certain song and you say, man, I remember what I was doing when I heard that song. So it's something that I want to be able to always make people feel something. Make people, if you're having a bad day, make you feel better. It's not. It's very personal to me. Whenever I'm playing, that's why it's important. No matter what size the crowd is, you have to always do your best. Always try to make people feel good, because you don't know what people are going through, and you want to make sure that you do your part to make them feel better, make them have a better day.
You didn't tell me you were a mental health expert.
Oh God, music is.
Come on now.
Music is a mental health expert.
I love it. What notable musicians have you played with?
Ooh, let's see. Willie Nelson, Bonnie Raitt, Al Green, B.B. King, Wynton and Branford Marsalis, their dad, Ellis Marsalis.
Stay near that mic now.
I'm trying to, let's see. Ooh, who else? Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top.
Mm-hmm.
Man, a lot of people. Clark Terry from the Tonight Show Band, Eddie Lockjaw Davis, Eddie Harris. Man, I can't. That's all I can.
Hey man, that's plenty. And we'll talk more about that. We'll do an add-on here for that. I think key in all this is, in service, have you mentored young drummers coming through?
I've had lots of students, my students at Southern. So, and I used to teach at Ziegler's also, music store.
Yeah. The one in New Orleans?
The one here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I taught there for about 10, 15 years. So I taught have lots of kids that are doing well and playing all over the world. So, yeah, I've got lots of students.
In your musical career that is worldwide, and you're pounding on your craft on a daily basis, and applications to your life, what kind of life lessons have you learned that our audience could embrace?
If you do something well, you will be compensated well. If you are persistent and consistent, it pays off.
Mm-hmm.
If you, most important thing is to remember there's no music that is beneath you. Nothing is beneath you. You know, if you can't do it, you're beneath it. So you have to be all music. Like say, serious music is music that you're serious about. So it could be any genre. So you have to be humble enough to realize that all music is good music. You know, if you don't like it, you have to understand why you don't like it. What is it about it? So, and you learn something from mistakes. Mistakes are very important because if you don't make mistakes, you can't get better. So you have to make sure that you learn from your mistakes and learn what. So one of the things that I tell my students, that dude, you can learn something from everybody. When you see somebody, you said, well, this school can't play at all. He sounds terrible. Tell me why he sounds terrible. What makes him sound terrible? So when you analyze what he's doing, then that makes you better because you don't make those same mistakes. So, yeah, that's one of the things that that I try to do, and I mean to today, you know, that's what I'm about.
You know, mistakes are master teachers.
Mm-hmm.
If one pays attention to them. I'm recollecting a quote, and I'll just paraphrase from Miles Davis. He said, if someone makes a mistake, it isn't a mistake until someone deals with it afterwards.
Yes, what
So
you do, yeah.
what
Yeah.
you do, please, you express it yourself.
He's it's mistakes. When you make a mistake, it's what you do after that mistake that makes it a mistake or not a mistake.
So it goes into
So
improvisation in some
Yeah,
respects.
yeah.
I got you.
know,
I got
so,
you.
Yeah.
Well, these are lessons we're learning from you, sir,
Yeah,
from your
yeah.
experience. Tell me, who do you want to become? What's your peak human potential for your music?
Who do I want to become? It's good. I just want to be a person that is looked upon as a good person who plays well, person who does well for mankind. I just want to be a person that is a good person. I'm not interested. It's not. It has nothing to do with monetary gain. It just has to do with being. The most important thing to me in life is being a good person. That's it. That's it. To play well and be a good person.
Yes, sir. I'm gathering this, and this echoes from what you've said before. If you have quality in your practice, if there's value there, then good things will follow it.
Right.
Whether it be people, money, whatever it
Right.
is, those things will follow you.
Right.
This is fantastic, sir. I mean, the lessons we've learned from your past and from your future, as you see, that you would continue to focus on being kind, being a good person,
Right.
even though you love percussion.
Right.
Okay, but that's part of your life.
Right.
And so these are good things.
Yeah.
Hey, man, is there anything we'd be remiss in not just stopping and saying, what have we missed in this conversation that would be beneficial to our audience? Take your time.
Ooh. Well, I think if we all could come to the realization that we are all human beings, we're all equals, and everything, have to understand that when someone does something, you have to come to the realization of why they did what they did and understand why they did. Nobody intentionally wants to be a bad person or a negative person. We have to understand why and try to fix that. So We all have to live here together. So we need to make this a better place.
Absolutely. Well, sir, I couldn't have asked for a better conversation
No.
on this Thursday. And I appreciate you. I hope we can continue this dialogue. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think there's a lot you can offer to the public in terms of your experiences. We just touched on some things, but
Yeah.
look, man, thank you so much.
Appreciate you,
Much
man.
appreciated, sir. Keep up the good work. We'll be back with you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.